The rain fell steadily on the subway platform as 32-year-old Michael Chen stood alongside his 4-year-old daughter, Lily. Both were drenched, despite the meager protection of the station's overhang. Michael held his last $10 bill, mentally calculating if it was enough for the train fare home, and perhaps a small treat for Lily, who had patiently waited all day while he searched for work in the city. It had been 3 months since Michael lost his job at the construction company he had worked for, after it went bankrupt, leaving him and many others without pay. As a single father, raising Lily after her mother left 2 years ago, Michael felt the burden of responsibility grow heavier with each overdue bill that came through their mailbox. Today had been another discouraging day, filled with interviews and rejections. Employers wanted experienced project managers, but also college degrees that Michael could never afford. Though he was skilled and hardworking, the lack of formal credentials kept closing doors. As they waited for the train, Michael noticed a disturbance near the entrance. A woman in a pricey navy coat was standing in the rain, urgently speaking on her phone as water dripped from her blonde hair. She seemed to be in her early 30s and appeared upset. "My purse was stolen," Michael heard her saying. "Right here at the subway station. They took everything, my wallet, my credit cards. My phone's dying, and I have no way to get home." Lily tugged on Michael's jacket. "Daddy, why is the pretty lady crying?" Michael looked more closely at the woman, and saw the tears she was trying to conceal. Despite her expensive appearance, she was stranded without money, just like he had often been. "I don't know, sweetheart," Michael said softly, "but she looks like she could use some help." Without hesitation, Michael walked over to the woman. "Excuse me, miss. I overheard that you're in trouble. Are you okay?" The woman ended her call and turned to Michael, her face a mixture of embarrassment and desperation. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause a scene. My purse was stolen, and now I have no way to get home. My phone's almost dead and I can't reach anyone." Michael's heart went out to her. "Ma'am, I know what it's like to be stuck somewhere without money. Here, take this," he said, handing her the last $10 in his wallet. "It's not much, but it should be enough for the subway fare home." The woman stared at the money in disbelief. "I can't take this. You have a little girl to take care of." "That's exactly why I want to help," Michael replied. "Someone helped me once when Lily and I were in a tough spot, and it made all the difference. Please take it." Lily looked up at the woman with innocent curiosity. "Lady, my daddy always helps people even when we don't have much money. He says that's what good people do." The woman bent down to Lily's level, her tears flowing freely now, but with a look of gratitude that went deeper than just being robbed. "Your daddy is absolutely right, sweetheart. What's your name?" "I'm Lily, and this is my daddy, Michael. We're taking the train home too." The woman looked up at Michael with deep appreciation, and something else in her gaze that he couldn't place. "I'm Victoria Harrison. I can't begin to thank you enough for your kindness." Michael helped Victoria use his $10 for her subway fare, leaving him with just enough for his and Lily's tickets home. As they rode the train, Victoria learned about Michael's job search and his commitment to providing for Lily as a single father. "Michael," Victoria said, as they approached her stop, "I'd like to give you my business card. When I get home and can access my accounts, I want to repay your kindness." Michael took the card and froze when he saw her name. "Victoria Harrison, as in, the CEO of Harrison Development Group?" Victoria nodded, watching as Michael's expression shifted in surprise. "Yes, and you just showed me more kindness than I've received from people who have known me for years." "I had no idea," Michael said, feeling a bit embarrassed. "You must think I'm foolish for offering money to someone who clearly doesn't need it." Victoria took Lily's hand and looked Michael in the eyes. "Michael, you saw someone in need and offered help without thinking of what you might gain. That tells me everything I need to know about your character." 3 days later, Michael received a phone call that would change everything. Victoria had researched his background and discovered that, despite his lack of formal education, Michael had years of experience in construction project management and had earned the respect of his colleagues. "Michael," she said, "Harrison Development Group is expanding our construction division. We need a project manager who understands both the technical and human sides of building. Would you be interested in discussing a position?" Michael stared at the phone in disbelief. Victoria, you don't owe me anything. I gave you that money because it was the right thing to do, not because I expected anything in return. I know, Victoria replied. And that's exactly why I want you to work for me. You have something that can't be taught in any business school. You have integrity and compassion, and those are the qualities I need in the people who represent my company. 6 months later, Michael was thriving as a senior project manager at Harrison Development Group. The position came with excellent pay, benefits, and opportunities for growth, all of which would help secure Lily's future. But more than just changing his career, the encounter at the subway had sparked an unexpected friendship between two people from very different walks of life. Victoria had grown up with wealth but had learned from Michael that true success isn't about what you accumulate, but about what you're willing to give when you have little. Michael, on the other hand, had learned that some of the most successful people are also the most humble, and that kindness can create opportunities that no amount of networking or resume building ever could. A year after that fateful subway encounter, Michael and Victoria attended the groundbreaking ceremony for a new affordable housing project by Harrison Development Group, where Michael was managing construction. Victoria had insisted that part of the units be reserved for working families like Michael's. You know, Victoria said, watching Lily play with the other children. That $10 you gave me was the best investment I've ever made. Michael smiled, watching Lily laugh and play without the worries that had once overshadowed her childhood. I think it was the best investment I've ever made too. It taught me that sometimes the most valuable currency is kindness, not money. Victoria nodded thoughtfully. When you gave me that money, you didn't just help me get home. You reminded me of what it really means to help others, and that's changed how I run my company. As they stood together, watching the construction workers break ground on homes that would provide shelter for many families, both Michael and Victoria understood that sometimes the smallest gestures create the largest transformations. The $10 that Michael had given to a stranger in need had come back to him in ways he never expected. Far beyond just financial terms. It was a reminder that kindness, shared freely, always finds its way back to those who give it without expecting anything in return. The rain that day had washed away their old limitations, paving the way for a friendship and partnership that would create opportunities and homes for countless other families in need of someone who believed in the power of generosity.